Today we're going to be going over a UN65HU9000. What we're going to be experiencing here on this module is an HDMI failure. So we're just going to be troubleshooting it real quick, showing you what's happening and what we need to do to repair the One Connect box. If you have any of these issues at home and you find this video helpful, make sure to give us a like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. So let's get started on the troubleshooting. I have the TV on right now. I, however, do not have the One Connect box plugged in yet. So as you can see on the screen, it is giving me the animation to request the One Connect box to be plugged in. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, and our TV is turning on. Alright, and I will be plugging in the HDMI port 1. And we're going to navigate. It looks like we've already have the HDMI port 1 selected. Let me turn on my DVD player here. And the DVD player is turning on, but we're not getting any signal. So it is fully booted in, but nothing's happening here. So let's go to HDMI 2, see what happens there. So HDMI 2 is not even detecting that it's being plugged in. It's not allowing me to even select it. So we'll move to HDMI 3. And it looks like same thing. I can't select HDMI 3. It's not allowing me. It's not detecting anything's plugged in. And we'll do HDMI 4. And again, I can't select it. So we'll go back to HDMI 1 real quick. And HDMI 1 does seem to detect that something's plugged in, so I can select it. But again, just like earlier, it's going to give us a no signal. So let's go ahead and open up the One Connect box on the bench, and we'll do a little bit of troubleshooting with the multimeter. Okay, so I have the box on the bench. We're going to go ahead and open it up. And on this one, there's only 6 screws. So let's go ahead and get those out. And of course, these 6 screws are on the back. Doing just a quick little shake. I'm gonna put the back cover off to the side here. And then the only thing I need to worry about is the connector for the fan. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect that. There we go. And then to remove the board out of the box, I'm actually going to have to slightly bend the plastic outwards over here in order for the connectors to clear and be able to pop out. Now obviously this one, the tuner protrudes way too far. I can't bend this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the board from down here and then slide it out so that this can clear through. So we'll have it upside down to have the gravity assist. So if you take a look, we're getting a little bit of a gap here. Get this out of the way, and then I can just slide it out, and it's free and clear. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our HDMI ports and where they go. So if you notice, the traces right here go directly to this chip. Same for this one. Same for this one over here. And then this one over here seems to go to this chip. So our first checks for shorts are going to be this Panasonic chip. So what I'm going to do next is do measurements on capacitors that are located right behind the chips. So over here, okay, so I have a few right here. And it's showing me 757 ohms. On the display, it's saying 0.757, but it does say kilo ohms at the top, so that means thousands of ohms. So 0.7 is going to be the 750. Okay, this capacitor over here is only showing me about 15 ohms. Let's look over here. I'm about 5.6, 5.5. And let's check this one here. 0.8, 5.7. Okay, so some of these are not shorted, but several of them are. So what that tells me is that this chip has a short. So that's essentially how we're going to figure out and confirm that this chip needs to be replaced. I put the One Connect box on our preheater to help with some bottom heat for the soldering. And I'm going to start with putting a little bit of flux on all of the pins here. And I'm going to turn the fume extractor on as well. Alright, and next step is just, I'm going to coat these pins with a little bit of solder. Alright, I'm not quite able to get underneath the chip with those tweezers. There we go. Oh. Well, that's good enough. And we'll get that off in a second. Okay, so we're going to check our caps again here. Okay. Oh. Slipped. Okay, so now we're seeing about 119 ohms. So that's a lot better. So I'm going to try and line this up as best I can. And then what I'm going to do is actually put a little bit of solder on a few pins to just lock it in place. So we did finish soldering all of the pins. They're all 100%. Now we're just going to be finishing off the solder job. We have to make sure the ground pad is flowing properly. Okay, so that should do it. We were doing 350 degrees Celsius with the hot air, and I was preheating it for a little bit as well from the bottom. I did see that all of the solder on all the pins around was flowing, so that would be an indicator that the solder underneath the chip was also flowing. And we'll just let it cool down for a minute here. Alright, so I have the One Connect box put back together. It's back in the enclosure. I did connect the fan. If I were to test it without the fan connected, it actually would throw an error showing that the fan does need to be connected. So that's why I put it back together. So we'll go ahead and plug it in. Alright, our TV turns on. Let me turn this DVD player back on, and we'll go ahead and connect into HDMI 1. And I believe we're actually already on HDMI 1 again. We are. And there we are. Okay, so it looks like it is detecting the DVD player and it's displaying picture. Let me go ahead and play so we can also make sure the audio is working. And while it is booting in, we're going to go and check the other HDMI ports. So we'll do HDMI 2. And if you remember, HDMI 2 was actually not showing at all as an available port, and now it is. Okay, so it looks like it's showing no signal. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it just took an extra seconds to load in. And it is displaying picture. Okay, so HDMI 2 is also functional. Let's move over to 3. And again, 3 as well was not displaying as available even when something was plugged in, and it is now. Okay, and we're also getting the audio. And we'll try our last one, which is HDMI port 4. And that is also functional. So if this video was helpful, make sure to leave us a like and subscribe. If you did not like the video, we definitely would appreciate a comment letting us know what we can do better in the future. Otherwise, thank you for watching.